Hello dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum. This is Nawaz. I came up with another topic today, that is types of sentences. Type of sentences, or there is, you people can see here that there are 4 types of sentences based on structure. When we consider structures of sentences, so we get 4 types of sentences. The one is simple sentence, the second one is compound sentence, the third one is complex sentence, and the last but not the least, that is compound complex sentences. So the first is simple sentence. What is simple sentence and how do we define simple sentence? Simple sentence is a sentence that contains at least one independent clause. Here I talk about clause. You must keep one idea in your mind, that clause is the combination of subject and verb. Vice versa, we can say that objects or modifiers are always there, but we do not have any concern with the object or modifiers in clause. When we discuss clause, so clause has only 2 things. The one is subject and the second one is verb. Then I said independent clause. So the clause is a group of words that contains subject and verb. But here I said the independent clause. Independent clause is a clause that can stand alone. The one is independent and the second one is dependent. Why do we use independent clause? Because it can stand alone here. So that's why a simple sentence contains at least one independent clause. So it is called simple sentence. For example, I have written some examples or instances here. She wrote. She is the subject. It is referred to the subject, and wrote is referred to the verb. But we do not have other object or modifiers. We do not have any concern with the object or modifiers anymore. But subject and verb must be the part of a clause, because we say in this definition that simple sentence is the combination of just one independent clause. So here, she wrote, it is a simple sentence. They play cricket, this is another simple sentence. But when we say we watch a movie, this is also a simple sentence. Dear viewers, here the second compound sentence is written. Now we are going to learn about compound sentence. What is a compound sentence, which is the second type of sentences in the 4 types of sentences. A compound sentence contains at least 2 independent clauses with a comma and subordinate conjunction. First of all, we have to know about subordinate conjunction. Subordinate conjunctions are but, or, yet, because, in, etc. They combine 2 sentences with one another, with each other, we can say here. So here, as I said in simple sentence, that it contains at least one independent clause. Here, this compound sentence contains at least 2 independent clauses. So let me give you the examples here. Ahmed played cricket, comma, and took bath. This is an independent clause, but it is combined with the comma and the subordinate conjunction. And he took bath, or took bath. So here we have got 2 independent clauses. This is why we call this structure the compound sentence. It is crystal clear. Ahmed played cricket, and there is comma and then and subordinate conjunction is there, and he took bath. So these are 2 independent clauses, and when 2 independent clauses come in one combined sentence, it is called compound sentence. Another example is she wrote a letter, and she sent me. Here, look at here. She wrote a letter and she sent it to me. I should say she sent it to me. Now, the one is independent clause. and there is a comma, and then subordinate conjunction is always there. And the second independent clause is also here. So these are two independent clauses. And as I defined the compound sentence earlier, that a compound sentence contains at least two independent clauses with a comma and subordinate conjunction. So here, complex sentence is on the third category. It is the third type of sentences based on structure. It is the it is complex sentence. The first one was simple sentence. The second was compound sentence, and the third one is complex sentence. What is a complex sentence? A complex sentence contains at least one independent clause and one dependent clause. And a comma is used after dependent clause when a sentence begins with a dependent clause. If the sentence does not begin with a dependent clause, we cannot we don't have any need to put any comma in between these two clauses. I mean to say, if the sentence is beginning with a dependent clause, we must need to put a comma after that dependent clause. As I have given you the example here, although Ahmed played cricket, I put here a comma and then say he did not take bath. Here, look at dear viewers, he did not take bath. If I say he did not take bath, it is a simple sentence because it can stand alone. It can stand alone and it is independent clause. But if I hide the he did not take bath, so although Ahmed played cricket, so what is after that he played cricket? So it gives us incomplete idea or thought, and it cannot stand alone. So that's why it is called the dependent clause. It is dependent clause, but the rest of after the comma, he did not take bath, it is independent clause. So I hope you have got the point. So dear student, dear viewers, as I told you that simple sentence contains one independent clause. Compound sentence contains two independent clauses with the usages of comma and subordinate conjunctions. While the complex sentence contains at least one independent clause and one dependent clause. But here, the last but not the least, the complex compound sentence, it takes both of these categories of the sentences or the types of the sentences. For example, the complex compound sentence is a sentence which contains at least two independent clauses and one dependent clause. Like apart from or outside of this complex compound sentence, simple sentence, compound sentence, and complex sentence have got their different structures. But here it is combined with two independent clauses and one dependent clause. Let me give you the example here, as I wrote here that although Ahmed played cricket, in the last example or the type of the sentence, complex sentence, I say that there was a dependent clause, but here it is a dependent clause. Although Ahmed played cricket, he did not take bath and he went to bazaar. Let me show you. If I hide all these two clauses, both clauses here, so he went to bazaar, it is an independent clause. So this is the one independent clause, but if I consider this, if we look at this clause, if he did not take bath, this becomes the second independent clause. Now we have got two independent clauses. And look at here, although Ahmed played cricket, like the other, as I taught you here, although Ahmed played cricket cannot stand alone here. So the so clause is called what? Dependent clause. It became a dependent clause. Now, have a look at here. Now, we have this is an independent clause, and the second one is also an independent clause. And we say that a complex compound sentence contains at least 2 independent clauses and 1 dependent clause. So although Ahmed played cricket, it became the dependent clause of the compound complex sentence, and he did not take bath and he went to bazaar. These are 2 independent clauses, and it became the part of the complex compound sentence. Let me give you the last review. The simple sentence contains just only one independent clause, or at least 1 independent clause must be there in a simple sentence. While compound sentence is consisted of 2 independent clauses with the usages of comma and the subordinate conjunction. But complex sentence is the combination of 1 independent clause and 1 dependent clause. While the last one, the compound complex sentence, is a structure based on which is based on having 2 independent clauses and one dependent clause. It is called the complex compound sentence. Thank you so very much for your time that you gave me. Thank you.